Hey guys, I'll be on and off the mic a little bit until markets open. Pay attention. So the top left is the theta chart. I know there's, I know it looks like there's a lot there, but every single one of those lines will be a support and resistance. The bottom left, I have the B1 chart. If you notice the A1 chart, this one right here, I added a blue fib circle. Notice we've been finding support on this blue fib circle right here. So this would be interesting to see how this plays out. Support, 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 support. Well, not quite support and support. And then I added this yellow fib circle. I mentioned this in a previous tweet that we'd play the rings. So we're getting ready to either potentially drop down, but we're getting ready to cross this ring soon. So pay attention to this ring on this chart right here. See what happens. Your targets below and above are marked off. Yesterday, if you watched that video, I said this was your resistance right here at 57,990, like 58,000. You can see we did get rejected at this trend line. So this is our very strong resistance currently. So we'll have to see how this plays out. I did say this yellow ring would potentially be resistance. We are coming down now. Notice we're bouncing off this ribbon. So it'll be interesting to see which way this goes, but it is very interesting that we are moving right down this ring. Maybe a little later I'll show you how I created these two fib circles. I don't want to save the chart the way it is. I guess I can. I removed a bunch of stuff off of these charts. I'll go ahead and save this chart. And I'll save the 311.21. Actually, I can't save it because I took the ribbons off. I'll come back and update these charts in a bit. But the main reason, guys, is just to watch these charts play out until markets open. But do pay attention to this ring right here. This will be interesting. We're moving right down this ring. So as soon as we cross a ring, we could get a pump. Alright, which ring is this? Right here. Alright guys, I'll be on the phone off and on. Oh, and if you are new, if you do want to access these charts, this is the website. They play out live. Just click the link. They load up. This is the subscribe link right here. $39 a month, get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, our Discord, and Twitter. If you want to take advantage of the lifetime, just contact me through the contact page on the website. All right, I'll be off of the mic for just a bit. Watch this center chart play out, this A1 chart. See what happens when we cross this ring where this arrow is. And again, your price targets are here, guys, so pay attention. And we are below this ring that I mentioned in yesterday's video, right here. So this is our current resistance. Your support levels are below. Make this a little larger so you can see it. And when we get down to lower targets, I'll highlight them. Also, pay attention, guys. The DXY found support right here at 91.44. The dollar pushes up. That's going to be bearish for the markets. And I have the Dow Jones up here, see how far it goes up today. Your next strongest support on this chart down below, this is going to be right here at 54,314. Looks like we're headed there now. We'll have to see how that plays out. I think I covered everything, guys. All right, off the mic for a bit. I'm having to use my phone to to see what you guys are saying. I have my TV on playing the news. Hi, by the way, Francisco. So, guys, how many of you have been playing the theta chart? Obviously, I'm proud of that chart, guys. No, I've heard of that Bull Pony, whatever his name is. Echo, echo. What I'm curious to see though is this chart right here with this arrow. What happens when we break this ring? I just added this flip circle, added the blue flip circle. I updated this chart. If you have access to the chart, just hit refresh. You'll see this yellow flip circle and this blue flip circle added right here. And this yellow one right here that we are respecting right now. So what's going to happen is this will be a pivot right here. Notice we found resistance, 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 resistance. Now we're right in it, pushing up. So this could be a pivot to potentially push back up to resistance, or potentially we cross it and we could come down. Notice we keep coming down and testing this blue ring. So the apex, or this blue ring, makes contact right here around 55,093. So we'll see how this plays out. Keep an eye on the dollar too. The dollar found support at 91.49. Your current resistance for the DXY is right here. It would be this fib channel line here. So if the dollar does push up, we get rejected right here. That might be a good point to long. But right now, if this continues up, you might want to be short on crypto. Guys, watch support right here. Let me make this red so I can reference it later. We break this support right here, so we're underneath resistance at this yellow ring on this bitstamp 123020. We break this support. This is a rising wedge, so potentially we'll be coming down. Notice we're still right here. This yellow ring is pushing price down. These VIP circles they're just, when you find the right placement for them, it's amazing how well it works. Look at that, rejected every time we hit this yellow ring. Rejected, 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 and we're squeezing right by the apex, so this is going to break at some point. Are you guys seeing this? Look, we're riding right down the apex of this ring right here on the A1 chart. So I imagine if we continue down, it just makes sense. Notice every time we come down, we make contact with this blue ring right here. Support, support, support. So if it does continue down, a likely point, well, we'd have to drop straight down to hit this ring. But if we come down further, you know, this is your next support on this chart. 55,093. Right here is 55,058. Your next strongest support on the B1 chart is 54,317. Again, we're in a rising wedge right here. It could hold support and push back up. Your resistance is this yellow ring. If we break this, your next strong support on this chart is 51,915. But just watch and see how this plays out, guys. Markets are pushing up, so keep that in mind. I don't have the NASDAQ or the S&P up. This is just the Dow. And the market's open in 1 hour and 25 minutes, and the dollar is retracing back down a bit. Your strong resistance above is right here at 92.28. If you have access to stocks, this is a DXY 211.21. And if anyone's playing Theta right now, your next support to watch for a possible bounce is right here around $6.54. If that breaks, your next support is $6.30. And if that breaks, your next support below will be $6.06. And again, if we continue down right here at this ring, 55,100 to potentially 55,052. Again, guys, if we continue down, your next strongest support to watch is 55,052. Or if we make contact with this ring, which would be right here at 55,184. But it looks like, again, we're breaking down from this rising wedge right here. That looks like a rising wedge to me, and we're coming down from it, so we'll have to see how this plays out. So if you ask more downside, yeah, maybe, but you might catch, I'm pretty sure you'll catch a bounce here at 55,058. Notice we did wake back up above this this support. We're teetering back and forth, but it looks like we're coming down to test this next support right here. So it looks like Theta, your next support is going to be $6.27, possibly catch a bounce. Look, really, no offense to Lynn, but look, the last video I put out yesterday, it only got 2,000 views. I guess nobody cared about support resistance levels. I said, look, it was likely we were topped out right here at 58,000. Said this was very strong resistance. I said this yellow ring has been a lot of resistance. It's very possible this could be a point to get rejected. So had you sold right here with a full Bitcoin at 58,000, we come down and test support at 55,000 and push back up. If you sold at 58,000, you buy it back at 55,000, it pushes back up to 58,000, you just made $3,000 profit. It is called swing trading. That is what these charts are for. They are for swing trading. Doesn't matter if you're in a bull market, a bear market, it's making profit. Watch to see. Watch. We'll come down and we'll get a bounce right here on this damn trend line at 55,000. If we come down here, you will get a bounce. That is what the charts are for. So it doesn't matter if you're holding long term, you don't even need to be in this damn channel. Go ahead and leave. It's swing trading. If you're not into swing trading, if you only have $100 of Bitcoin and it pushes up to like 10%, yeah, big whoop, you made $10. If you're playing with big money, these charts help you make more money. All right, I get it. Yeah, swing trading takes nerves to steel. Let's see if we catch a bounce. We're right here. Let's see if we dump. Look, I told you, pay attention. This blue ring, every time we hit it, we get a bounce. This is your next support, 55,058. So if you had some balls, you would buy right now. Yes, we could drop down to this point, but chances are this will hold its support, push back up. If it drops, you have other support levels. Right here is your next support, 54,202. Let's see how this plays out. All right, we're at support. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we dump past that support. And keep in mind, we're breaking down from a rising wedge right here. Your next support on this chart is 52,000. Obviously, if this support breaks, you buy your next support. But so far, how much have we pushed up? Right here, to the tick, guys. We pushed up a total of 0.3%. Let's see how far it pushes up from that point. Your next strongest support is right here, 54,200. If 55,036 breaks, every trade is a gamble. That is correct. But you have points to watch. Again, what I was showing you, we've been writing down this blue ring right here. This blue ring right here has been support. Every time we hit it, we get a bounce. Right here. Bounce, 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 bounce. Got a hit. We got a hit. So it's possible you can start pushing up from this point. If that breaks, again, guys, I have targets below and above. And you can see we are holding support there so far. So if you use leverage, this is a point you long from, 55,000. You have your stop set below. If it breaks below, look, you got a support level down here, 54,095. And again, this is strong support. I go over this in every video. I cover it in Twitter. If one support breaks, you buy your next support. So far, this is holding. So you would go long or buy in right here where I have this damn arrow. Okay, so again, I just said this was the point you buy, explaining what swing trading is. So far, we've pushed up a total of 0.74%. Let's see how high it goes. So you had a point to buy right here. It is always possible this comes around and just drops right past it. But you had a point to buy. It hit this to the tick. It hit it to the tick, guys. Look at that. Right here. You can see the wick. Right here. It hit it and bounced. It's swing trading. That's all it is. Doesn't matter if you're in a bull market, bear market. I give you support and resistance levels to play. I showed you that it was possible this ring could send us down. That is what happened. If we did, I said this was your support. Notice we hit this blue ring and the support level, and we pushed up. So the safe thing to do is you buy, you set your stop loss a little bit above. If it comes back down, you get stopped out. If it rides up, you're in profit. If it breaks it, this is the next point you buy, 54,113. This ring has been a lot of support and resistance. You can see back here. So I'm going to move this arrow because your next support below will be down here. And pay attention to the MACD. If the MACD starts curling over or curling up like this, that's potentially to push back up. We still got a little downside, looks like, on the RSI. But if this starts curling back up, you're at support. Well, this is the point you buy to ride it back up. And again, if it breaks, the next strongest support is 54,298. But hell, it looks like this could be a serious dump. Again, every trade is a gamble. I just try to make it a little safer gamble for you because I'm giving you the points to watch for support and resistance. And again, if you do want to access these charts, guys, I'm going to put the link. I'm using my phone. I don't have a TV right now. This is the website. All these charts play out live. Just click the link. They load up. They play out live. You do not need a TradingView account. Just click the link. Again, the charts come up. They play out live. Mobile phones, tablets, desktop. If you want to take advantage of the lifetime option, you'll have to email me through the contact page. And again, I'll get on the mic more. We'll cover some other charts when markets open. We got 56 minutes before markets open. The Dow's up 69 after market trading. The dollar still holding right now. Again, if the dollar's up, that's bearish for Bitcoin. If the dollar's down, that's bullish for Bitcoin. That's why I have the DXY up. We see what the Dow Jones does, and again, we're breaking down from a rising wedge. I would be cautious. We could come down lower, but that's why I'm showing your support levels. Next support level to watch, 54,298, 54,113. If we do break 55,052, which we might not, we might start pushing back up. But if we do, just because this right here matches this target here, matches this target here. So to me, having multiple charts charted different ways, showing this as strong support, this is likely a point to catch a nice bounce. Okay, guys, I have my my monitor back now. So again, who bought right here at where? Guys, if you watched the beginning of the stream, I told you, I said if we come down, your support is right here. This blue ring and this fib channel line, 55,041. Who all bought there or who longed there? Curious if anybody played that. You sold at 57,500. Looks like it's pushing up, guys. So if you bought right here so far, again, we're up, 1.12%. If you're longing with leverage, you did well. If it goes up over 0.5%, I'm in profit, even with my fees. Very nice, very nice. Right now, we're not looking at ETH. I do have Theta up. I will be updating some of the charts. I think they're pretty much good to go, the ones that are currently on the website. But I have a lot of charts to create. The next chart I have to create is NFT, SNX, LISC. Nice, SB. So how many of you are subscribed to my charts and how many of you are not? Just out of curiosity. You can just put subscribed, not subscribed, or yes or no. All right, Mary Klein is subscribed. All right, one person. Okay, two people, three people. Garrett's OG. Buck Lifetime. Crypto Daniel. SETI. You stopped your subscription, I see. Well, yeah, Fallon, you're OG. Awesome. Well, thank you, Victor. All right, Kevin. Thanks for sharing. So how many of you actually are creating charts using my tutorials? I mean, it's tricky. It takes a little bit of practice. I don't know. I do know this. When the markets push up this high, at some point you're going to get a retrace. I'm not saying that markets are going to crash, but it will be interesting to see what happens when markets open. The dollar is pushing up. Hey, that's what these charts are for, guys. It's to help you find support and resistance. There's no guarantee a support will hold. But if you go back and you look at this line right here, this line right at 55,041, so we knew this blue ring was support, right? Every time you hit the blue ring, get a bounce. We also knew this line was support. If you go back and look, we've tested this line repeatedly back in the past, or if you go further to the left. So this told me, look, this is your point to buy in. So if you stayed in at this point and you longed or you bought, now you're up 1.38%. And what I'm telling you is, if we come back down, which is very possible, we'll see what happens. If we come down, I have 2 points at match, 54,113. We've been respecting the hell out of this green fib circle right here on the A1 chart. And this is your next support level on the B1 chart. And that price is pretty close, 54,298, 54,113. When I have multiple charts showing support, that is the point you buy in. But again, as I said, this was the point to buy in right here. This was your next support. People say, I'm not sure about swing trading. I don't know where to buy in, when to sell. Well, I showed you this was where you buy in. It's still pushing up. Again, these charts help you know when to buy and when to sell. Thank you, Fallon. I know a lot of people have been requesting that I create a tutorial showing how to play these charts. I would hope these live streams pretty much show you how to play these charts. Thank you, Victor. Yeah, again, it's always a gamble. There's no guarantee. But if you go back, if you look at this line right here, and you see that it's been respected in the past to the left repeatedly, the further back it goes, the more it's respected, the more likely you're going to catch a bounce. Yeah, your next resistance level above. Let's see here. So, well, if I put this on, so this is a rising wedge. So let's go to the smaller time frame here. Let's go down to the 15-minute. So it looks like your next potential point to get rejected is going to be right here around 56,086, because we're coming up to test this wedge we just fell out of. Also take note, on the 15-minute you have, I guess this is the 200 exponential moving average. So possibly you get rejected here. And your closest support, so if we go down to the smaller time frame on this chart, your next point to watch to get rejected, 56,563. So at least on these two charts that I have, watch for rejection. Your first rejection point to watch, 56,090. So if you want to take your profit, hey, that might be a good point to take your profit now, or if you hit that point. Or potentially, if you want to wait, if you want to chance it, again, we'll be pushing back up into this this rising wedge, which, then we could obviously go higher. But again, what happens when you break down from a pattern, sometimes you come back up, test it as resistance. But again, your first resistance to watch is around 56,090. And then your next resistance that I can find on the B1 chart is around 56,563. And again, what I'm saying is, if we do, let's just say we come up and we test this as resistance, come back down. We test this as resistance right here. Looks like we're not quite making it there. Let's see what happens. But again, a likely point, if we come back down and this breaks, your next support is right here. All right, I'll leave this as is, since you guys want to look for a point to get out, to take profit. And again, let me put this on the 30-minute. Let's see. Let me put the name of this chart down here so you can see what it is. Again, the names of the charts are right here. So if you have access, this is a 12/30/20. So let's see if we get rejected right at that wedge. And remember, this ring is now our resistance right here. And if you watch that video I put up yesterday, I said this was your resistance right here at this red trend line, and I said this yellow ring has previously been resistance. And you can see we did push above it, we got rejected, and then came back below this ring as resistance. Every time we hit it, we got rejected. Well, I can tell you this: the Dow's not up much. The Dow's. This is just the Dow, guys. I mean, the S&P. You need to follow all the markets. I only have so much room on my screen, but it's possible. I mean, the stimulus package was signed into law today, or will be today. So I think a lot of people are expecting a pump. It would make sense. Just the news of the stimulus package here in the U.S. pushed markets up. Again, Bitcoin's correlated with the U.S. markets. If the markets are up, Bitcoin's going to go up. So since a lot of people expect it to pump, especially since today it was signed, I don't know. Maybe it's better to play the contrarian. Maybe because a lot of people are placing calls or betting or bullish on the markets, you're betting on it to go up, market makers probably send it down. So I don't know what to expect. I'm just telling you it's possible, since so many people were bullish. It would just make sense to send it down. But that's what we're going to find out in 38 minutes and 12 seconds. And again, if you do want to have access, so if you just sign up for $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoin's precious metals, altcoins, Discord, and my Twitter's private, so you get to follow me on Twitter. If you do the lifetime option, you get access to stocks and my tutorials teaching you my method of charting I came up with, so you can create these charts for yourself if you want to, or at least understand why these charts work. But you have to contact me through the contact page on the website. And again, if you let me get this window up. I got a lot of windows open here. If you want to subscribe, if you want instant access, just go here. Again, they're live charts. You just click the link, they load up. If you do want to take advantage of the lifetime, it's $2.99 to get access to everything. One-time payment. You're in for life. Just go to the contact page. I'll give you that direct link. Just contact me through here, say you're interested in lifetime, and I'll give you instructions. But notice Theta, I can show you this, even this orange ring we've been respecting. Theta was a hard chart to create because there's so much volatility. There's so many wicks. It's really hard to find that trend line to create the chart. But I think I got very lucky with Theta. So I can show you the published version of this chart, how this played out. Let's see here. Oh, actually, so I published the, when I added these rings, I published the chart. I did this before the live stream. Just to show you this theta chart right here. I'm sorry, not the theta. This is the A1 chart. I added this blue fib circle and this yellow fib circle. This was published 2 hours ago. So I hit play. You see what happened. Now I did add these just recently, but the part right here, this yellow, that's kind of ghosted. So we knew that when I added this, that's why I add these fib circles, from price respecting it to the left. And if you watch the tutorials, you understand how I set these up. It's just from one point to another point. But if you're finding support in the blue ring, support, 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 well, it makes sense. You're getting rejected by this yellow ring, so where's your next support? Right here at this blue ring. Blue ring matches up with this white fib channel line. And this fib channel line has been support back here. It was resistance, 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 resistance. And if you go further back, it only goes back this far on a published chart. Let me show you the, hold on. And this is the, Alright, so this right here is the theta chart. So I can show you how this played out. So when I published this chart, it was, so this was published yesterday, just as March 11th. But just to show you how this played out, and it's on the 1 hour. So, and again, what I told you when I published this chart on Twitter was the white lines are your strongest resistance, and the white lines are your strongest support below. So again, I'll hit play. And look how this played out. And we're respecting the, see back here? So we're respecting this, this ring is resistance, support, a lot of resistance, resistance, came up to support. So respecting this orange ring right here. Notice this orange ring was support. We pushed up, found perfect rejection right here. Came down, found support on this ring and this fib channel line. Came down, perfect support on this blue trend line. Pushed back up to this white one. Right back down to the blue one. Came back up. You see we found perfect support on this white one. Pushed back up. Now we're kind of below it. So your next support is this green fib channel line. And your strongest support levels for theta is this white one and this white one here. But it makes sense. You know, again, you go from ring to ring. So if this ring was support, resistance, we pushed up, got topped out right at this fib channel line right here. So a likely point to come down to will be this orange ring, wherever one of these fib channel lines make contact with the orange ring. Let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you, Inside. You inside me? That's an odd name. Satman, gotcha. Yeah, you did just sign up. There's nobody saying we're gonna have a crash today, guys. All I'm doing is giving you points to long and short from. That's it. We got 32 minutes before markets open, and it does look like we did get rejected at this. This it looks like a rising wedge we broke out of. But and again, guys, always pay attention. All of my charts, I have the MACD and I have the RSI. So you can see the MACD. You got these extreme red bars, right? We started dropping, and then it started turning white. And that's why I had this little, I drew this little white, curve going up. And the RSI is really low too. So again, what I'm saying is, if you have access to the charts, if you're down at support, and you start seeing when it's red, when it's dark red, these bars down here. Let me get my brush. So when you see these bars, the dark red, okay, so it's pretty extreme prices coming down. But when it starts turning white and you start seeing it possibly start to curl over like this, and you're at support, and the RSI is oversold and is starting to possibly curve back up like this, if you're at support, that would be further confirmation to tell you, okay, well, this might be a likely point to buy. Yes, it's always possible it breaks. So if you come up, you're at resistance right here on this chart here. So if you're at resistance, right here at this, and this is on the smaller time frame. Always look at different time frames. But if you see you're at resistance, and it looks like it's starting to angle down, and you got the RSI is angling down a bit, then that's probably a time to short. So use the RSI and the MACD along with your support resistance levels. And then another indicator, follow the US dollar. The dollar is starting to push back up. That would be bearish for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Well, I can tell you this, I don't know if we're going to crash, but I will, just like you saw, we caught a bounce here. It wasn't much of a bounce. If you don't use leverage or you don't have a pretty good bit, it's only 1.71% or 1.71%. But if we do break this, if we break 55,041, if we are going to come down lower, a likely point to catch a bounce will be here at 54,113 to potentially 54,298. And I feel pretty confident you will get a bounce here because I have two charts showing major support that match. When I have multiple charts matching, notice the theta chart. Well, we were above this. It looks like this is teetering as support and resistance right here at $6.56, but you got resistance right above at $6.71. It just turned white, so we could push up a bit, but your next support for theta is right down here, $6.31, and then your next very strong support, just like this white line here. We hit it, got a nice bounce, and guys, this is a pretty good bounce right here. That's 7% for theta. So if you bought right when you made contact with fib channel line, that was a 7% profit just to right here. It's confusing with all these windows. Squigglies everywhere. So yeah, it looks like this could start curling back up, but anything's possible. That's why it's good to use the stop loss. So if you bought here and it pushed up this high and you were happy with your profit, hey, take your profit, wait for the next trade. We come back down, it might catch support again, push up a bit, take your profit. But again, if we come down, watch this blue label here. This is your next point to possibly catch a bounce. I'm gonna get rid of this. And actually, I'll update this chart. The A1 chart, I'm not gonna update this chart because I have stuff turned off. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Refresh my coffee. And just to show you, I'm going to save these charts the way they are. Let me put all the stuff back on. So if you refresh this chart, hold on. I have these huge, so you can see them in the stream. Normally I have them size 12, so on a mobile phone it's going to look gigantic. But I just saved this chart, so the theta chart's updated. I don't want to save this chart because I have it on the small time frame. But I do want to show you this chart right here. So since I added this fib circle right here, now that we have these rings, you can see how price is respecting this yellow fib circle right here. You can barely see it, but it came down, it was resistance, it was support. Got a pivot here, came up as resistance, found support on this ring. So since we've been respecting these fib, look, topped out perfectly right here. Topped out right at this point. It topped out right here. So since we've been respecting these fib circles, now you have a pivot ring out here. You have another ring to watch, potentially for support and for resistance right here. So if we come down, it's possible we might find support on this ring and ride up it. You know, at the very least, this could be a pivot point to send us down, or we ride up it, maybe push up. But again, now you have another fib circle for a potential point for a pivot. And then your next ring out here is the 13th of March. And then you have the blue fib circle that we've been bouncing on. So hey, if we got one hell of a crash, you know, down here is around 51,000. If you have a target that matches that, not to mention, this is your next strong support below on this chart. This is down here at 51,500. That will be very, very strong support if this support right here breaks. I don't even know what this chart looks like right now. Let me refresh it. Alright, this chart's been updated. So if you hit refresh on the A1 chart, let me move this off to the side. Looks like we're coming down to test support again. And on this chart, the next major support is right down here at 52,164. And markets open in 18 minutes and 28 seconds. Yeah, again, if markets are down, you know, across the board, NASDAQ, S&P, Dow, again, Bitcoin's correlated with the U.S. markets. You can see the dollar's pushing up, guys. It's creeping up. It's at 91.90. Your next resistance, you know, if it pushes up, you know, I would be short until we get to this point. But once you get to around 92.28, you can see this was resistance right here. We got perfect resistance right at this fib channel line. So it's very possible we come up, get resistance right here. If we break above this, though, if we push up above this resistance as support, the dollar's going much higher. Markets down, dollar up. Markets down, Bitcoin down. Bitcoin's hedged against the US dollar. Dollar's pushing up, you want to be short on Bitcoin. You start seeing the dollar crash, you'd be a fool not to be in Bitcoin. Yeah, Buck, I was in Discord. I saw that you entered a trade. I don't blame you. If you're in a trade with high leverage, I imagine if you want to get some rest, jump out of that trade. I'm sure you slept well. Hope you're feeling better too. And by the way, if you do send me an email inquiring about Lifetime, I'll respond to all emails after this stream. Well, guys, it looks like that that support played out pretty nice. Still a total of 1.70%. Still coming up, but do watch. Your resistance right now to watch is 56,164. And according to this chart, if we do get above 56,164, your next resistance to watch is going to be 56,600-ish. And markets are about to open. We have 1 minute and 55 seconds. And guys, if you can hit the like, I'd appreciate it. And if you want to get alerted when I have these live streams, make sure you subscribe and tick the bell. And if you do want to access these charts, first of all, if you want to do lifetime, contact me through the contact page on the website. If you just want to sign up, it's $39 a month to get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and to follow me on Twitter. This is the link. You can sign up directly. One minute till markets open. We're at resistance right now. Let's see if we get rejected. 56,164 we just hit. You see we're finding support right here at $6.54 on this gray fib channel line on the theta chart. You see we got this wick below it, but on the 1 hour, the meat of the candle is right above it. I can't tell you that. All I can tell you is, as long as the markets continue to push up, it's typically bullish for crypto. That being said, you would think the dollar would be crashing right now, and it's not. And as I've showed in that one chart, Bitcoin is a hedge against, or Bitcoin's hedged against the U.S. dollar. So if the dollar continues up, that's going to be bearish for Bitcoin. So how this plays out, who knows? But whichever way it plays out, whether we crash or we moon, I'm showing you where to buy in and when to sell. Support and resistance. That's what these charts are for. So markets are open. Wow, we got a little pump there. Let's see if we push above 56,164. If we do, your next resistance to watch will be this ring, guys. This ring right here that was previously resistance. And then again, your resistance above that is right here. All mapped out for you. So we got the bottom of the wedge that we broke down below. You've got this ring that was resistance. You can see that clearly right here. And then you can see where we topped out right here. So this would be your next point to watch for a rejection. And the dollar is still creeping up. The Dow's creeping up a bit too. And again, so let's see, 56,563. So it's close. It's off by like $300, but the B1 chart shows your next resistance at 56,575, and this yellow ring is 56,890. So if we did push up to that point, that might be a take profit point. Obviously, if you push up to 58,256, that would be a take profit point. Well, I'm sure all these exchanges will be investigated at some point. And I know a lot of people are sending me emails about Bybit was, I guess people are using VPN to access Bybit, but I assume you have to put in your phone number or other information, and if there is a UK phone number, they're sending emails. Someone sent me a copy of that email, but they're sending emails to people in the UK that have access to Bybit that you have to close your positions, take everything out of your account. If you don't do it by a certain amount of time, then you lose everything that you have on Bybit. I assume that's going to happen soon for Binance and all these other exchanges. And soon, when the U.S. does that, when people have a phone number in the U.S., I mean, that's going to be very bad. If they're doing it in the UK, eventually it's going to happen here in the U.S. And there's a lot of people in the U.S. that are, using leverage on Bybit. A lot of possible things to come. Just be careful. This news of Binance being investigated, is this just recent news, like today, yesterday, day before? And again, just to recap, your current resistance, 56,162. You get above that, 56,890 to potentially 56,575. Oh, 1 hour ago, wow. Maybe people in the know already knew this, and that's why we had a little bit of a drop today. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay here. I don't think I'm going to move to another country so I can use leverage on Bybit. I don't know. If we get above 56,162, we'll one resistance at a time, guys. One resistance at a time. If you notice, this A1 chart's on the 15-minute. This is the 200 exponential moving average right here. We're getting rejected at that. We're getting rejected at this the bottom of this rising wedge. It's a gamble, but this might be a point to take profit. We'll see. I guess it sucks when you sell and then it continues up. People hate missing out. Just giving you support and resistance levels to pay attention to, that's all. And you can see we are holding support right here on this theta chart, right here at $6.56. Your next resistance right above $6.73. I don't know. I have this on the this chart here. This is on the 30-minute, and next candle is in 24 minutes. So we'll see. All I can tell you is if we break your strong support right now to watch, if we come back down 55,091, that will be where you catch your next bounce. If that breaks, a likely good buy-in point will be right down here around 54,000, and 54,000 is a nice even number to potentially 54,225. This will be strong support right here. And it just so happens, again, two charts show this as support. So this would be a likely point if we come down to catch a nice bounce. I totally agree. I bet you everybody in Robinhood right now is long on everything. And all those people on PayPal that bought Bitcoin that they cannot send out, all they can do is keep it in their PayPal account. They can't set a stop loss, so they buy Bitcoin at $58,000 because they're FOMOing in, and then it just tanks, and then all of this money just, I don't know how much it could possibly come down, but it seems very unsafe and pointless to buy Bitcoin on PayPal. But hey, exposure to more people to get wrecked, I guess. Better for the people that are riding it up. Zero-sum game. And it looks like we are getting rejected there at 56,162. The Dow is pushing up a bit. The dollar is still holding 91.90. Yeah, Antonius, that sounds very dangerous. It sounds like something Buck would do. Well, thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. And I do, guys, I have tutorials. If you want to get the tutorials by themselves, you can. If you do the lifetime, it's $2.99. You get access to everything. Stocks, tutorials, all the charts, Bitcoin, altcoins, Discord, Twitter. Or if you just want to sign up for an individual plan, you can do that as well. But I do have tutorials. It's 5 tutorials, an hour long each. I teach you this method of charting I came up with. And again, you can create these charts for yourself. Or at least, you can watch them and understand how these charts work, how they're created, and why they are accurate. Still looking bullish, huh? On the larger time frame, maybe. Short term, we'll see. The Dow's looking bullish. And again, this Dow chart, I have multiple Dow charts, but I pay attention to this blue ring. If we continue up, this is going to be around 33,000. The last time we hit one of these blue rings, we got rejected. So we could push up to this point and then come down. That's why having these Fib circles, well, this orange ring, I expected us to potentially have a crash, because every time we hit one of these orange rings, we got rejected. Coincidentally, we were testing this orange ring like over 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden the stimulus package passes and markets push up. So I think a lot of people knew that if they didn't do something soon, markets were going to correct. Fed is scared to death of that happening. But it might get to the point where, there's nothing they can do about it. All right, we're getting a red candle. So hopefully you guys watched yesterday's video and you got out at 58,000, and had you shorted that, you'd be in profit, depending on how you played it, over 5.5%. I'm not even going to answer that because that's ridiculous. That wouldn't happen. The stimulus package is broken up into different things. Some of that's going towards buying vaccines. Some of that's going towards schools. A lot of that money is broken up in different areas. People here will be getting checks, $1,400, but that's a small portion of that total. And I'm sure a lot of people have bills to pay. Not everybody is like you. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Got to be in Bitcoin. Oh my God, Bitcoin's mooning. Some people actually have a life outside of Bitcoin. What about 10%? 10% of that? I don't know. if you're going long because you think everybody's going to put their stimulus money into Bitcoin, good luck with that. Yeah, I'm not sure what the percentages are of that for how they broke it down. Note to self: you can't inhale coffee. Hold on. All right. Yeah, you're supposed to drink it, not inhale it. No, it's called choking coughing. Got a little bit of coffee coming out my nose. Karma, what did I do wrong? Yeah, Theta is up. Hold on. Next is going to be Lisk. Let me look. I got this open. Hold on. Sorry about the coughing, guys. Hold on. So the next chart I'm going to make is Lisk. I've been asking people this, and nobody answers me on Twitter. What is the HQ? So, again, I'm just going to create Lisk USD probably on Binance. I don't know what that is. I'm drinking more coffee. Alright, so yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be. So I'm just going to do Lisk USD, just like I did with Theta. It'll be like Theta USD Binance. I'll do the same for Lisk. So anyways, the next chart is going to be made. Lisk, SNX, XMR. Theta's already done. ETN. In this order: HBAR, Algo, R, Wow, Doge, ANB, Reef, Matic, AAVE, DGB, Ravencoin, XLM, FTM. These are the most requested. But you can see a lot of these charts only had one. When I did that Twitter, I made a tweet about which charts you guys wanted. Ontology just got one. TRB just got one, so these are going to be lower on the list. I'm doing the ones that were most requested first. Well, let's see. Where's Uniswap? I think CryptWasp, he's the one that did this. I have to take his word for it. He might have snuck his coin at the very top. He's the one that tallied up these. But since he did this, I think that's only fair. I already have Litecoin. I don't know. I have a recent Litecoin chart. I already have Ethereum. Look, guys, I can show you the charts I have. Let me get this off the screen here. So if you go under Access Charts, so these are the current altcoins I have on the website. Theta, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Stellar, Neo, Cardano, Chainlink, Tezos, BSV, Comp, VeChain, EOS, Polkadot, OMG, DeFi, Libra, and Wi-Fi. So those are the altcoins currently on the website. And then I have stocks as well, but that is separate. Yes, that was you, Crypto Wasp. Thank you for doing that. Did you sneak your coin at the top? What was the coin you wanted, Crypto Wasper? Oh, you had square. Well, let's let's see if you're being honest with it. Let's see where square is. Well, you have it down in the one. All right. Maybe I'll push that up a bit for you taking the time to do this and being honest with how many requests. As a thank you, because I know this took a little bit of time. So let me recap. So we are getting rejected. We broke down from a rising wedge. Now this was my chart. I mean, you could say that it was like this, but again, the chart I have showed that this was resistance. This last video, guys, I said 58,000 was your next resistance, and this yellow ring was previously resistance. Go back and watch that video I put up yesterday. It played out exactly. I gave you targets if you pushed above it, but I said this was your resistance to watch, and with this yellow ring would be resistance. You clearly see that. So if we get above 56,162, your next resistance is 56,890, potentially 56,575. Your next resistance above, very strong resistance, 58,291. And what I'm saying is your current strongest support is 55,091. You see we caught a perfect bounce at the beginning of the stream as we were coming down. I said if we come down, this is where you would want to buy or long. Right here, 55,023, that's where we hit, right on this line, push back up. So your current support below, 55,000, depends when you make contact, guys. All of these are at angles. But right here is 55,091. If that breaks, the reason I have this blue is because we've been respecting this green ring, we've been respecting this fib channel line here, and these targets, it's only off by about $200, but if you have support in multiple charts that are around the same area, charted a different way, that's further confirmation for me that that'll hold a strong support. So if we continue down, if we have a drop, and we break below 55,091, you're going to find very strong support around 54,000. Yeah, all right. I didn't know what HQ was anyways. That's what I was going to do. I was just curious. And if you're playing Theta, so your next support to watch to catch a bounce is $6.30. You will have very strong support. Notice right here. Notice I have these lines. Let me make this thicker so you can see this. So notice when I create these fib channels, I actually create them. So you've got lines going in this direction and right here. So this was very strong resistance right here. And notice we came down, see it was resistance right here. It was support. So same thing, this is the next fib channel line right here. This blue one that was resistance. So your strongest support, I call it double support. So if we break $6.30 on Theta, you will have very, very strong support. So if you're looking for a perfect point, if Theta starts dropping, you're looking for a perfect point to buy in to catch a bounce, $6.07. And again, this is just an example of another altcoin chart. I don't think anything about any particular altcoin. To me, they're just casinos. So pick your casino, gamble, have fun, be careful. All right, guys. So I don't want the stream to run too long, so people that because nobody's gonna watch a 4 or 5 hour stream. But again, if you do want to access these charts, guys, they play out live. Just click the link on the website. They load up. You don't need a TradingView account. If you do have a TradingView account, my charts are shareable. You can save them as your own. But if you want to subscribe, get instant access, this is the link right here. If you want to contact me about Lifetime, just go to the contact page on the website. That is the link right here. Send me an email, say interested in Lifetime. That gives you access to everything, stocks and tutorials. My Twitter's private. You got to be subscribed, so make sure you email me. If you are subscribed, email me for the Discord invite link and for so you can follow me on Twitter. But guys, the most important resistance level, so listen up, pay attention. We're right now pushing up above. Well, as soon as I say that, we get a red candle. Your next resistance to watch is 56,890. Your next very, very strong resistance, guys, to pay attention to, 58,291. You get above that, obviously we're going higher. Very strong resistance, 58,291. And your next strong support, write this down, 55,100. If that breaks, your next strongest support to catch a bounce, between 54,000 and 54,275. Write that down. That is your next point to catch a bounce. But anyways, I'm going to kill the stream. I will keep you guys updated on Twitter, and I will be creating these charts. So expect LISC, SNX, XMR, ETN, FET. I'll go all the way down. I'll go all the way down to Matic. The ones I'm going to knock out the soonest are the ones I got, between 5 and 20 requests. LISC will be the first one, then SNX, XMR. So I have my work cut out for me, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Again, 58,291, very strong resistance. Next support, 55,100. Next strongest support below that, 54,000. Guys, trade safe. Till the next video or next live stream. I'm out.